then I'll stop in a minute.
Oh, so we've got 18 participants. We've got a load of participants. Hello, everybody.
Welcome to the Student Cover Competition 2021.
Oh, look at this. Oh, yeah, no, people are packing in. Stephen King's here twice. Hi, Stephen. That's a sign of dedication.
We'll get going in a couple of minutes. We're just waiting. We're expecting quite a few people to join today.
A few familiar names here, a few unfamiliar ones. Hi, Razan. Ah, yeah, filling up now. Hi, Claire. Hi, Fatma. Hey, Tatiana.
I think we're going to get going now. I know a few more will be joining, but I know everyone's also on quite a busy schedule at the moment. So we will start to begin the Student Cover Competition Dubai Lynx 2021. So I'm going to stop sharing this screen so you can see us all now, hopefully. So welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today for the student print competition for Dubai Lynx 2021. If you don't know me, my name is Thea Skelton and I am the Festival Director for Dubai Lynx. And it's a real pleasure to welcome you here today. Every year we really focus on nurturing young talent at Dubai Lynx, and even though we haven't been able to meet in person, I think that this year and last year more than ever, the value of creativity is of the utmost importance to kind of drive us forward through difficult times, and nurturing young talent is a very important part of Dubai Lynx. We were absolutely overwhelmed by the amount of entries we had in the competition this year, and soon the judges will kind of talk through their thoughts on the quality, but I think that it's real testament to you guys, to the students and to the universities for engaging so much with this competition during a very, very challenging year, and I'd like to kind of thank you for that. So as you all probably know Austin from Campaign very, very well. He's going to speak in a few minutes, and this year we were really thrilled actually for the first time to partner with Campaign on the competition, and as you know, the brief was to design a front cover which will be featured in March, so it'll actually be featured on an edition of Campaign magazine. So I think that that's real kind of I think that's going to be real kind of praise for whoever is actually the winner. So I think it shows the level of creativity that Austin is happy for the front page to be actually on the designer of the front cover of Campaign. So without further ado, I'd like to first thank all of the jury for taking time out of your busy schedules to be involved with judging the Student Awards this year. And I'd like to throw over to Austin, editor of Campaign, to give a few thoughts about what you thought of the entries and on the brief as well. So Austin, over to you.
Hi everybody, and thanks for taking part. And thank you also from my designer at Campaign, who's getting well, it's not exactly getting a day off, but she'll be very, very glad that she doesn't have me breathing down her neck about making the perfect cover, because you guys have done it for her. So looking forward to sometime at the end of March, this cover will be out. So it was my first time judging something like this. So thanks to Lynx for putting that power into my hands. My other jurors here are veterans of judging panels. This is my first time judging actual creativity. So, but on the other hand, I have looked at a lot of covers from a lot of designers, in-house designers, agencies, commissioned illustrators, and these ones were as good as those. So what I was looking for was something that would tell a bit of a story. This is going to be the cover of the magazine. It's the issue that it's the cover for is what we call the Know Your Platform Guide. It's about telling advertisers, that's agencies and clients, what's new in the best known social platforms, what new features the platforms have introduced over a pretty unique and fast-paced year that's seen digital transformation reach light speed. So there's obviously a lot of change there, and advertisers use social media an awful lot, so this issue tells them what's happening. And also to remind any potential readers of all the amazing things that they and their customers can do with social media. I also need a cover, and this is maybe the most important thing, that will make people pick up the magazine. It needs to tell enough of a story that people have a good reason to open it, and a promise of great things inside, and an indication of why that's relevant to the readers. So for me, a good cover needs to stick to the brief. Some of the covers I saw were really impressive, but didn't tell me what was inside the magazine. A lot of them had QR codes and other interactive elements, which sounded amazing, some of them, and I'd love to have been able to implement them. There were QR code, an awful lot of QR codes, so things that led to competitions, to original research, to shopping platforms, but sadly, we don't have the resources to sort of expand that extra level. Some of the ideas would have cost literally millions, and print publications sadly don't have millions to spare. So this was a real world brief to be used on a real world magazine, and I do think it's good that creatives try to stretch the brief, to think a little bit outside the box, and that they ask the client to think big at times. That ambition needs to be within the bounds of possibility. So some of your designs took liberties, for example, with the campaign masthead, changing the color of where it says campaign, for example, and that's the sort of stretch of design that we could probably work with. It might, I might have editorial guidelines that say that I can do it, can't do it, but that's the sort of realistic thing that we could do. Others showed amazing imagination, but I think they were just a little too ambitious. So what I did was but because the designs were all looking so appealing, I decided to strip away the sort of the bells and whistles, and I judged the entries on how they would look as straight up covers without the sort of interactivity. I'd love to do the interactivity, but as I say. So this sort of filter really helped me see which entries relied on interactivity that sadly we'd not be able to create, and which covers were striking designs that would make someone in their own right, that would make someone take the magazine from a rack in a bookshop, that would make them pick it up out of a pile on a coffee table in a reception area, that would make them steal it from a colleague's desk. I'm sure the creators here know about stealing copies of campaign. So I was happy to see that even without a QR code, most of these passed that test admirably, which meant that it was hard making a shortlist. The way it worked is that each of us as the judges made our own shortlist, and then it was collated, and sort of the points that we'd awarded made up a shortlist that we then came together on and picked from that. When it came time to pick the podium placements, the best of the best, I was very glad to be in a room with, or a virtual room with Vidya and Raphael. Believe me, as editor of Campaign, one of the best things about editing a magazine for the advertising industry is seeing how creatives think. I've learned, I'm not a creative, I write about creatives, big difference. I've learned so much from talking about work and reading about work from the point of view of professional creatives. That's creatives, not creators, by the way. a lot of people can create content, and as a journalist, I do it all day. But to be an actual sort of creative in the old school advertising sense, to get a brief and to solve a problem with creative thinking takes training and experience and a certain sort of mad genius that I'm in awe of. And it's the path that all you as advertising students and design students are all on right now. And creative directors have that in spades. So many of the time I've put what I think is a great film, for example, in front of a top creative, and they've told me that yes, it's clever and funny, but it won't sell the product. Or I've shown them what I think is a boring poster that I know is no good, and they'll explain patiently to the non-creative idiots that that while it might not be exciting, look, it clearly tells you exactly what you need to know. And so it was judging these covers. I had my take on the shortlist that felt so clear until Vidya would say, couldn't this have been better adapted for the region? Or Raphael would say, would describe something as on the verge of cliche. And then I changed my mind, only for the conversation to swing on to, but look how universal it is. And this familiar imagery is a great shorthand. So we finally got to a short list through this process, and I learned more about why I liked some covers and was better able to put my finger on why others didn't quite work. In the end, the top three we all liked, as they were bold enough to catch the eye, they were simple enough to tell the reader at a glance what to expect, and yet they were intriguing enough to make the reader open the magazine and start reading. So thank you, all of you, for your hard work. It was fascinating looking at your covers and inspiring. And from a load of different standpoints, I got to see some great work, and working as a judge as well, I got to understand the work and understand my own opinion of the work better. If you ever get the chance to judge, to sit on a panel with creatives, I can thoroughly recommend it. You'll learn a lot about, as much about yourself as you do about work. There's some great work, some rare talent among you, and the podium places are the three that we feel fulfilled the brief, showed great creativity, and obviously looked great too. So I'll hand back to you guys now.
Thank you so much, Austin, for that deep insight. I think that that was really interesting for everybody to hear, certainly me as well. So thank you. I'd now like to throw over to our next judge, Vidya Manmohan, the founder and creative director of V4 Advertising and a former executive creative director at Grey. Vidya, I'd love to know your thoughts.
Thanks, Thea, and nice to see everyone. Austin, you didn't put us under any pressure after that long talk. Raphael and me are like, where's our paper? Where do we read from? Oh my God, you should have handed us some notes.
You're creatives. You can pull these things out of the air. I'm a journalist. I have to write things down. I can't think for myself.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I mean, you spoke on behalf of all of us, so thank you very much for that. That was amazing. Yeah, I must say it was really inspiring, and it was great fun. You know, being on the jury with Austin and on the panel with Austin and Raphael and Thea, and we had amazing discussions. And it's just amazing and beautiful to see talent from the region participate and come up with these really inspiring ideas. Yes, for sure, it's sticking to the brief is key. But yeah, definitely going out of the box is welcome. And, you know, surprising us when it comes to, oh, we didn't see that coming. That would really be great. But yeah, definitely simplicity is king, and simplicity wins over everything else. And how can you convey the idea with the most minimalistic kind of design? Do you need all of that to convey something? That's key. And yeah, I would love to hop on the third point, which is the cultural relevance. Because we've all judged across the globe and we've seen so much work, right? What is the difference of seeing work that's relevant to the region as opposed to judging elsewhere, like at Cannes or New York festivals, is seeing work that's unique to the region. Yes, you might argue that Dubai is multicultural and, you know, but there is definitely a culture in Dubai or UAE that kind of resonates with all of us. So we'd love to see a bit of culture, and most of us are not from the region, but feeling the region, coming up with something that is more authentic to the region, it would be amazing. Yeah, I think from seeing young talent like you participating, and just from the names, I'm really inspired by the fact that there are so many young women out there, and go for it. Yeah, out of all the talks that I do at universities and everywhere, I just see that there are so many girls in universities, but I don't see them in the creative side of advertising agencies. And I really root for that. If you want any inspiration or whatever, please write to me, and I'm always there. Yeah, I think that's it, and I don't want to steal Raphael's space.
No, I think that's great, because Austin came up with a very nice speech and then told a lot of great things about what we use to judge the material in video. Thank you very much for complimenting that. I would just like to say that, in my point of view, you guys are the future of our industry. So keep on coming, and believe that creativity is actually the way out of challenging times. And that's why you should believe in yourselves. And if you ask yourself, is this the right career for me? Yes, it is. You know, be creative, go out there, really find that nudge, make people like Austin tick. Is that too much for me? Is that not too much for me? Like, this is the intention of creativity, to create that and to break the status quo. So I really believe that in challenging times like now, we are the heroes. We can come up with great messaging. We can talk about transform people behavior. This is the intention of our work, and selling brands, and selling the reason why they are in the world, from the good, from the bad, from everything. It's up to us to come up and transform creativity. I think being creative is amazing. I think I wake up every day and I say, listen, this is the best job for me, because I like being creative. And so you guys were inspiring to me as well. So please keep on doing the great job that you're doing. And I congratulate each and every one of you that had the balls to enter on the competition and put your face to the test. Keep on going. You guys doing a great job.
Thank you so much, Vidya, and thank you to Raphael as well. And Raphael Augusto is the Executive Creative Director at Leo Burnett here, and publishes ME as well. And thank you, all of you, for all of your insight and your time in judging the competition. I should just let everybody know that there is the opportunity on here to ask questions. Please just write them down and we'll take a look at them. We can't answer any questions on individual entries, I'm afraid, but if you have any general questions for the judges, then please write them down, and after the announcements I will ask them to anyone relevant who can answer them. So here we are, the much awaited section, the announcement of the 2021 student competition winners. Just going to share my screen, just bear with me a second. Okay, so here we are, the winners of the student competition and the shortlist as well. So thank you very much again to our judges, Austin Allison, Raphael Augusto and Vidya Manmohan. The shortlists, and I need to let you know that the shortlists are announced in alphabetical order. So the first shortlist we have is Enas El Awa from the SAE Institute of Dubai. Congratulations. And the next shortlist we have is Galil Majadamani. Many congratulations from the Lebanese American University. Congratulations. And next on the shortlist we have Nabil Houri from the Lebanese American University. Many congratulations, Nabil. And next on the shortlist we have Rita Azar from the Lebanese American University. Many congratulations to Rita. And we have Shweta Mora from the SAE Institute. Many congratulations. Okay, so now we are going to announce the runners-up. So we'll announce third place, second place, and then the winner. So the third place of the Dubai Lynx Student Print Competition 2021 goes to Rewa Abi Khalil from the Lebanese American University. Many, many congratulations there. And in second place, we have Safia Al-Mansouri from Zayed University. Many congratulations, Safia. Okay, so the winner, the one you've been waiting for, and there was a lot, I have to say, there's so much discussion around the shortlist and the winner, and really congratulations to all of you. As the jury said, the work was a really, really good standard, so many congratulations to all of you. But so now the winner, and the winner is Jad Sok from the Lebanese American University. Congratulations to Jad, many, many congratulations. So Jad, we will be in touch with you. Actually, Austin will be in touch with you and the team in regards to the artwork for the front cover of the March edition of Campaign, and we will also be in touch with all of you in regards to your trophies and to your certificates. So thank you very much for all of you and for being involved. I can't see any questions, so I don't think we have any questions coming in. Austin, did you just want to say something about the winner?
I think that what we liked about the winner, well, there was some debate, and we all agreed that that the winner was Jad. We didn't know the names, by the way. This is vitally important. We didn't know. This is the first time that I've seen where these came from. I think that you know, so big props to the institutions that are churning out this great talent. Well done to SAE. Well done to Zayed University. Well done to the Lebanese American University. I'm sure that my jury panelists here are keeping an eye on this to see where they should be casting their eyes when they're poaching creatives, for getting creatives straight out of university. You know, it's a good a highlight for your institution. So so well done for that. What we really liked about the final winner was that we liked how it wasn't super direct. It didn't sort of shout in your face about what was in there, but it was obviously about social media. The scroll message was there, and also it bore in mind that this wasn't just speaking about social media, it was speaking to professional advertisers who are not interested just in the fact that you know, in what influencers are doing, for example, but they're interested in the data behind it. And so the subtlety of having a heat map on top of that cover really worked. It was, I think that in my notes I said somewhere that it needed to be simple enough to, or it needed to be striking enough to catch your eye, which it is. It's big, bold block letters with a neat heat map. It needed to be simple enough to tell you at a glance as you walk past a bookshelf what's going to be inside it, but it needed to be intriguing enough that you'd open it up. So what this promises for me is that it's going to tell me a load about social media and about insights into it, and it really made me think as well as anything else. So I think that's all I can really say about that. We had some debate about all those shortlists. We debated for some time, especially the three on the podium. They were all fantastic, and all of you guys were fantastic. So yeah, I think this was a worthy winner. And if I had 8 covers going during the year, then I'd have stolen the rest of your ideas as well. So I mean, I'd have commissioned the rest of your ideas in an honourable and non-journalistic way. So so thank you very much. That was fantastic. Looking forward to seeing this at the end of March.
Thanks, Austin, and thank you, everybody. I've just seen a question here, feedback on your individual entries. I'm afraid that's not something that we do. It's not something that we do as part of the Dubai Lynx Awards. So it's also not something that we do as part of the Student Awards. However, we are going to, later today, all of the shortlist and the winners will be available to view on the Dubai Lynx website. So I think that's after 1 p.m. our time. So if you want to invite any of you know, your colleagues, your friends, your family to have a look at them, they will be up there actually until September. So you've got some time for people to kind of have a look at them. Also this spring, around May, we'll be running another edition of the virtual Lynx Festival. So there'll be some really good content on there from amazing people like Vidya, who spoke at the last Lynx Live we had, some beautiful arts and films like Raphael and Leo Burnett contributed last time. So please do look out for information coming through about that content. We'll keep you updated when that's happening. And thank you very much for entering and for being part of the Student Awards, and thank you again to Austin, Vidya and Raphael for judging and for your contributions today.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Bye, everybody. Bye. Thank you.
All right, how do we bail on this?